Hi, my name is Didac, and I've been working in the audio industry for about 10 years already. And today I would like to share with you some tips about how to write a proper resume that is going to, well, I'm going to do my best to help you to get more interviews. And because nowadays the landscape has changed so much in the last 20 years, Now you are competing against a lot of people using AI and all of that stuff. So I believe that having a good resume is always a good key to open doors. So this is a way to show your work experience basically and your knowledge and how you can basically help the person you are applying for. Let's imagine that you want to apply for a company. So you have to be able to solve their problem. So a good resume will show that company how you can solve them. So I would like first of all to thank Renato for allowing me to be here in a small space in his YouTube channel, The Sound Travels. And I would like to cover three aspects of the resume. The first one is the structure, then the visuals, and then the work experience. So let's start with the visuals. Because I think that the visuals can help you to highlight information and also can help you to organize better your resume. So the thing is, the visuals have to work in your favor and help you to show the information you want to the recruiter or the hiring manager. The idea is to use the less as possible, so you don't have to waste a lot of time modifying them, but good enough so you can actually highlight what is important, what matters on your resume. So for this particular case, I'm using blue colors for the titles and some sort of gray color for common text and bold letters in black for highlighting, for example, keywords. Okay. Remember that the whole idea behind the visuals is that at the very first glance, when you just look at the resume, those words, those elements, those visual elements that come first to your eyes, those are the really important ones. So whenever you're using a different color or a bold letter or some highlight on purpose, you have to make sure that that is exactly what they want to see the first time. The second aspect I would like to cover is the structure of your resume. Now, there are plenty of theories about how to do this, but me particularly, I like to use a structure that actually shows all the information in the right order. Basically, because um, in the end, you're trying to solve someone else's problem. It's not about showing off what you've done, but how you can help someone by using what you've done previously. So that's why, for me, it makes sense to first of all put your contact details. So they need to know who you are, your name, your picture, basically a short summary of who you are, your contact details. Very important. Okay, don't forget this because that's the only way they can use to communicate with you, basically. And for example, something that I haven't seen many times, but this is actually very important, is your visa status. Because depending on which areas you're going to work with, you really need to have a visa. For example, I'm European, so I know that if I move around Europe, I don't need a visa. So that's why I would say that I am a European citizen. But if I want to move to the US or to the UK or to China, for example, you are required to have a visa. So showing them that you already have this covered or that you need some help for this is going to help the hiring manager to understand your needs and what you can, how you can help with that. It also will make them understand that you understand the whole process and what it takes to be working there. So it's something that it doesn't hurt usually, and it's a way of showing transparency as well, at least on the relocation matters. Then I will put all my work experience, and basically a work experience set will be like the position, the company, the place, and the dates. That's the first line for each of your work sections. Then a short summary of what the company does, because maybe the person who is going to read it doesn't know anything about the company. And you may think that your company is very well known, but well, maybe inside the audio industry it's possible, but maybe outside of it, it's not necessarily well known. So if you include a little description of what the company is doing, it's going to help them to better understand what it is about. And then basically the achievements, but they should be tailored to the work, to the job description of the company you are applying for. So let's suppose, for example, that in this case, this person, for example, is going to program something related to AI. So, for example, this person helped to do some integration of machine learning algorithms. So that's why it is highlighted, because in the job description, that is a requirement. Okay. And it is also interesting that you add some achievements, but not just for the sake of showing off your achievements. Remember that this should be tailored to that job description. So all of those achievements need to show the impact of how you can help the company achieve quicker or faster or in a certain better way what they need. Okay. Then after the work experience, I could put my education. This is something that some companies don't need it, and some companies need very thoroughly. So, for example, in this case, I would include the university degree, some professional development achievements that they've done in the education, and maybe some certifications. In this case, they're relevant because basically, if this person wants to work, for example, to develop VSTs, well, having some fundamentals on how to use Juice or how to do some real-time audio programming, actually those matter for the company. And then I could put all the hard skills. There are many ways to do this, and I encourage you to put some context into that and do some work on that. It's not like just a table with all the things you know, like, oh, I know Photoshop. Yeah, but maybe that company doesn't require you to use Photoshop. So maybe that's not as important as what are your skills related to C++, for example, in this case scenario. So it's not about removing things that you know how to do, but try to make them look close to the needs of that company. That's something really interesting. And if there's the need to add some sort of context, don't be shy, just put it there. Like, for example, in this particular case, if I go to, okay, tools and platforms, for example, no? So this section, probably you couldn't find it in a common resume, but because this resume is tailored to a programming kind of position related to the audio industry, this is why I divide some of those hard skills into these sections, because they add some context. So the person who's going to read them will better understand how this can impact the job that this person is going to do. Don't forget to add the languages. You never know when you're going to need them, and it's always nice to see people who can speak different languages. It's always well received. And music and hobbies, I'm a little bit skeptical about this section, but actually, in our world, in the audio industry, we want people who are passionate about what they're doing. So if you have some hobbies that are related to the company and that can bring some value to that, go ahead, put them there. Just show them off like something special. It's just a part of you, so it's nice because they can see that you're a real human behind. And finally, this section is a little bit optional. It depends a lot on who you are and what position you're going to be doing. Assuming that you are starting off, like you haven't really done a lot of things for other companies, probably this section is not needed for you. But if you're in a higher position, let's say that you are going to get into a managerial position, it's really interesting to see the soft skills in a separate section, so you can see exactly what you've done to be, let's say, a better collaborator. No, in this case, for example. The whole idea of expressing soft skills is to not to use a table or just an enumeration of your soft skills. Everybody's a team player, but why are you a good team player? That's what really matters, and how that can impact the workflow in the new company. And basically, that's the That's the structure. You can change the structure. Some people would require to have a one single page resume. It depends on the position, really, and the company, and how well you know that company, and how well you know the people working there. So if you don't know the company well, like let's assume that you're applying for a company you never got in touch with, you can use a generic kind of structure. That's not necessarily wrong. The idea is to present the information they need so they can quickly scan it in less than 10 seconds. I know that this is a bit unfair, but that's the reality. So make it quick for them to see. That's why the visual section was very important. If you use good visuals paired with a tailored resume for every application you make, well, that's in the right direction. It's not going to guarantee anything, but it's in the right direction. And the last point that I would like to share with you is that I've put all of those points and many more well explained into a PDF. This is the book. The book is called Rock That Resume. It's free. You can download it from my website. The link is going to be shared with you. If you have arrived to this point, I would like to thank you all for watching this video. I would like to thank Renato again for allowing this space for me in his YouTube channel, The Sound Travels. And I would like to encourage you all to download the book, to have a look. You can download it as many times as you want. It's free. You can share with anyone. It's going to be, the digital version is going to be always for free. I plan to have a paper version as well for you to buy on Amazon. I'm not sure when. And you need to know that the audio and music industry is a relatively small industry where we know each other. So why I'm saying this is because we need to help each other to spread this word in either with this book or other books that are out there. Why not? Because when you're helping others, you're helping yourself. And this is a very important concept within the audio industry that I see every day. I've been helped many times. I've helped a lot of people a lot of times. And if you want to survive in this industry, you need to be that kind of person as well. So learn how to connect with people, learn how to network with people, and learn how you present your information to the companies you want to work for, because that in the end is what is going to make the biggest impact. So thanks for watching, and let's keep in touch.